Hey guys, what's up? Blue Ranger 1993 here, and welcome back to another TCG Tuesday. So today, I realize some of you might be new to the card game, so I figured I'd go over what you get in one of these theme decks, also sometimes called a starter deck. So without further ado, let's get into this. So starter decks comes with a 60 card deck. Focus. There we go. 60 card deck, a checklist, a coin, playmat with the rules, code card, deck box, and damage counters. So basically, in this box, you have everything you need to get started in playing the game. Each um, set that comes out, there we go. Set that comes out has two theme decks. This one is featuring Volcanion and is called the Gears of Fire and is a Fire Steel deck. This new style, they have the types of the deck right there for you on the side, as well as the name, and then on the other side has the set name. So let's open this up and see what all's inside. Alright, so inside, as you can see, there we go. Let's open this up. So first off, we have the playmat, and then it has the rules on the side here. So those are the different status conditions. And then in the center here, they have the parts of a turn. So it kind of tells you where everything goes and then how to play each turn. And then the other one for this set was actually Hoopa. So for this one, they have Hoopa on one side, and on the other side have Volcanion. So the two theme deck, like focus Pokemon, whatever you want to call them, main Pokemon, are represented. Good for really starting out. If you're just learning the game, I recommend getting one of these. Comes with everything you need. Basic rules there. But once you get more into the game, I'd recommend getting a better playmat, something like this, where it's just a nicer surface. This one, if something gets spilled on it, it's going to just get demolished, whereas this one, you could throw in a washing machine, throw in some spray and wash, something like that, get all the stains out. So next thing that you comes with is damage counters and status markers. So poison and burn markers, and then damage counters. Again, good for starting out, but once you get more into it, I recommend getting dice instead. It's a lot easier just to have one dice that has the 6 facing up rather than, you know, a 50 and one of these, and then having to put more and more of these. It's a lot easier just to have the dice. But still, this is more like starter set. And then what is in the new Steam Siege? So again, kind of tells you a little bit about the set, and then the rules for the megas. So again, this is really like starter stuff, and then the deck list for everything that comes in Steam Siege. So really good, teaches you a little bit about break evolutions and mega evolutions. And then you have a coin. This one is a Volcanion coin. See if it'll focus. There we go, Volcanion. And then on the back, just again, the standard Pokemon. And then the way they do this, you have your holo card displayed. That way it's displayed outside of the box. Then you have your code card. This will have the code to get this deck online in the TCG. And then you get a deck box to store your cards, and all the rest of the cards are going to be in here. So let's open this up and see what else is inside. So again, just kind of like a standard card box, almost like you'd get a deck of cards in. Again, good for starting out, but once you get more into it, I recommend getting a better box and then also sleeves. But so you have the one holo card. So this one is Volcanion. Again, he's the main focus of the deck. Then you get the rest of the cards. So we got our fire energies, was going to say those must be split up. Is this already shuffled? It's already pre-shuffled for the most part. That is actually kind of cool. So basically, you could just take this right out of the box, probably give it 1 or 2 shuffles just so that way your opponent knows that you shuffled it, but then it's ready to go. So I'll just kind of go through them. Professor's Letter, search your deck for 2 basic energies. Alright, it wasn't focused, come back. What are you focusing on? There we go. 2 basic energy cards. Litleo, so kind of a support one. Kling, I think, or Clang, I think he's going to be the other focus of the deck. That's why it's Steel Fire. 1 Ultra Ball, I'm pretty sure that's all you get, but still, great card. Steel Energy, Chimchar, hold on, let's get this focused. Chimchar, Persian, they always like to throw in a couple colorless Pokemon. Tierno, good starter card, draw 3 cards for your supporter. Not too much in competitive, you won't see him, but a lot of starter decks will have Tierno in. Not that he isn't good, but there's just better supporters that you could be using, like Shauna, or even N Sycamore. Those are probably the 2 best, are N and Sycamore in the set right now. Another Fire Energy, Clink. Like I said, Shauna, another really good supporter. Shuffle your hand into your deck, draw 5 cards. So a really good shuffle supporter, as I like to call him. Pokemon Center Lady. Heal 60 damage and remove all special conditions from one of your Pokemon. Steel Energy, or Metal, I forget what they call it in here. Meowth. Rapidash. Fire Energy. Monferno. Energy Retrieval. Put 2 basic energies. 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. So pretty good. Pokemon gets knocked out, you can play this, get those energy back into your hand. Ponyta, Steel Energy, another Meowth, Kling. So this deck actually does have ones with abilities. Kind of cool that they throw that in there to introduce it. So this one, any damage done to this Pokemon by an opponent's attack is reduced by 10 for each energy in your opponent's active retreat cost. So kind of cool that they introduced that theory. Ninja Boy, one of the new supporters. Still don't know how I feel about it. When it first came out, I was really excited, but the more I see it, the more it's not as good as I thought it was. Choose one of your basic Pokemon in play. Search your deck for a basic Pokemon. Switch it with that one. Any attached cards, damage counters, special conditions, turns in play, any other effects remain on the new Pokemon. Shuffle the first Pokemon into your deck. So, kind of good if you have a bad start. So you start off with a Shaman or a Hoopa. Ones that you'd rather just use their abilities for. You can play this guy, get him back into your deck, and get whoever your main attacker is out. So, not too bad. Still don't know how much it's going to see play, but cool that they introduced that. Fire Energy, Clink, Litleo, Steel Energy, Persian, Chimchar, another Professor's Letter, Fire Energy, Clang. Volcanion, this one is non-hollow, so you get the 1 hollow in each of the starter sets, and then normally you'll get a non-hollow version as well. That way you don't just have 1 Volcanion. They like to give you at least 2, but you only get the 1 hollow. Another Energy Retrieval, Metal Energy, Meowth, Rapidash, Fire Energy, Ponyta, Persian, Kling, Metal Energy, another Tierno, Clink, Clang, Fire Energy, Pyroar, hold on, focus, Pyroar, don't think we saw that one yet, Litleo, Steel Energy, another Ninja Boy, Monferno, Chimchar, Fire Energy, Ponyta, and 1 Evo Soda. Search your deck for a Pokemon that evolves for one of your Pokemon. Put it onto that Pokemon. This counts as evolving it. Shuffle your deck afterwards. You can't use this during your first turn or on a Pokemon that was put into play this turn. So, that's the 60 cards for this one. But again, these are just the starter set. So you could start with something like this, but then I noticed that we get Chimchar and Monferno, but not Infernape. So something you could do then is as soon as you start getting more cards, kind of figure out what cards you really like, what you want to make it. So maybe I don't like Litleo and Pyroar and would rather have a Chimchar, Monferno, and then throw Infernape in. So I could take these two out, put in another like Monferno and then an Infernape, and have that be my focus. But again, then you could switch out different supporters. Maybe instead of, where are you? Instead of Shauna, where is Shauna? I know I saw you. So instead of Shauna, maybe you want to try out N, or maybe a Sycamore instead. Or you find that you aren't really using Pokemon Center Lady that much, and would rather have more draws supporters. So you could throw in another Shauna or a Sycamore, something like that. Maybe you find you don't really use the Steel Pokemon all that much. You can take out all the Steel Pokemon and the Steel Energy and make this just a pure Fire deck. Or maybe you really like the Steel ones and would rather focus on Steel. You pull a Steel XEX. Maybe you want to throw that in here so you can take out like Meowth and Persian and throw him in. But just wanted to show you guys what you get in the theme decks slash starter sets. So it's really good for if you're just getting into the game and don't know if you're going to like it too much. Because these I think are about $15 or $16. I forget what I paid for it. But it's right around there, so not too expensive. You get a full deck, you get some storage, you get the coin, damage counters, playmat that has the rules. So basically everything that you need to get started. Also, like I said, code card for the online game. That way you can unlock this deck and probably the coin as well in the set or on the online game. Also, the online game is really good if you're starting out. Has a tutorial where it will teach you step by step how to play the game. But yeah, just wanted to go over what comes in a theme deck this week. I know some of you guys probably thought this was boring, might not have even watched it, but this was more for the new people just getting into the card game. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next TCG Tuesday.